Today we are going to start second year topic physical chemistry, that is solid state. Okay, so if we go to the solid state, what is solid? What is the definition of solid? If you define solid, the solid means which have definite value and definite shape. It is called solid. Definite shape and definite value. Definite value and shape. It is called solid. If you define the solid, the substance which have definite shape and definite value, it is called solid. Clear? Or if you define in another way, that is based on force. Based on force. Constituent particles are bonded with strong forces. Or you can define constituent particles are bonded with strong forces. Those are called solid. We know the characteristics of solid. The first one, of course, know that first one, already we discussed that one. So, definite shape and value. So, solids have definite shape and value. That is the first property or first characteristics of solids. And the second one, intermolecular distance. What about intermolecular distance? Means the distance between molecules or particles. You know the structures of solid, liquid and gases. Particles, molecules are how arranged. See, it is about solids, arrangement of particles in solids. If you go to the liquids, these arrangements are present in liquids. And if you go to the gases, see the difference. The distance between particles, intermolecular distance, it is very high. Here, decrease in liquids because the molecules distance is very less. Clear? And then for the solids, there is no, almost negligible, very less intermolecular distance. Means they are very short distance. So, short, very short distance between molecules in solids. Clear? And the third one, intermolecular forces. Intermolecular forces. See, for example, here is the two magnets are present. Between these two magnets, there is a short distance or there is no distance. So, strong intermolecular forces are present. If the distance is increases, what happens? Intermolecular distance, attractive forces are decreased. What is the reason? Means due to distance increases. So here in solid, there is no intermolecular distance, very less, short distance is present. So that's why intermolecular forces are strong. So intermolecular forces are strong. Clear? Next one. Melting point and boiling point. What about its melting point and boiling point? Due to the strong intermolecular forces, solids have high melting point and boiling points because there is strong attraction is present, force of attraction is present. So we have to remove that forces, we need more energy, more heat is required. So high melting point and boiling points are present. So in solids, high melting point and boiling points are present. That is the fourth characteristic properties of solids. Clear? And next one. Diffusion. What is diffusion? See, for example, when perfume bottle is open, what happened? The liquids are diffused into the atmosphere, air. When compared to solid, very less, diffusion rate is very less. But liquids diffusion rate is high because there is a distance is more between particles. But in solids, intermolecular distance is very less. So diffusion is low. Diffusion is low. And then flexibility. So flexibility, less flexibility for solids. And compressibility. So compressibility, these are compressible, solids are compressible. See, if we apply the pressure, it is compressed. No, so very less compressibility. Very less compressibility. Clear? That is about some characteristics, properties of solids. And of course, solids are good conductors. Good conductors means it can allow the passage of heat and electricity. So these are the characteristics, properties of solids. And the next topic, the classification of crystalline solids. In total, in this chapter, we are going to discuss crystalline solids. So, classification of crystalline solids. So, crystalline solids are classified into four types. The first one, molecular solids. The second one, ionic solids. And the third one, metallic solids. And fourth one, covalent or network solids. So these are the four kinds of solids. Crystalline solids are classified into four types. The first one, molecular solids, ionic solids, metallic solids, covalent, or it is also called as network solids. So four kinds of solids are present in crystalline solids. But here, molecular solids, again it is classified into three types. The first one, non-polar molecular solids, polar molecular solids, hydrogen bond molecular solids. See again, the molecular solids are classified into three types: non-polar, polar and hydrogen bonded molecular solids. Clear? See, classification of molecular solids. What is molecular solids? The solids in which constituent particles are molecules. Those solids are called as molecular solids. So what is molecular solids means? The constituent particles. Constituent particles means maybe atoms or ions or molecules. You know that one. The constituent particles are molecules. Then those solids are called as molecular solids. And those molecular solids are classified into three types. The first one, non-polar molecular solids, polar molecular solids, hydrogen bonded molecular solids. So for the first one, non-polar molecular solids, what about its constituent particles? So constituent particles are non-polar molecules, whereas polar molecular solids, polar molecules. Here the molecules which are capable to form hydrogen bond. So these are the first differences. Non-polar molecules means the constituent particles are non-polar molecules, means there is no positive and negative charges. Polar molecular solids means the constituent particles are polar molecules which have positive and negatively charged. That is polar molecules. Later we are going to example. Hydrogen bonded molecular solids means the molecules are present constituent particles and which are capable to form hydrogen bond. That is the first difference. Clear? And then if you go to the next one, force of attraction. Here in non-polar, van der Waals forces are present. It is the weak forces. And whereas polar molecular solids, here dipole forces are present, because polar means polarity means positive and negative terminal is present. So dipole between positive and negatively charged poles. So dipole forces are present. Whereas in hydrogen bond, so in hydrogen forces are present. So these are the weak forces. So melting point and boiling points are very low. Low melting point and low boiling points. Clear? And electrical conductivity, there is no polarity. These are temporary. So there is no polarity. So that's why these are the molecules. So they act as a insulators. So very low, or you can write insulators. And these are also insulators. They cannot allow the passage of heat and electricity. And the important one, example for non-polar molecular solids, BeCl2, P4, S8, CH4. These are examples for non-polar molecules. And then if you go to the polar molecules, that is HCl, SO2. These are examples for polar molecules. And of course, you can write urea also. And for hydrogen bonded ammonia, glucose. And these are example for hydrogen bond molecular solids. Clear? So that is the general introduction part in solid state. These are the basic things. So don't forget, subscribe this Kiran tutorials.